Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return again, return
Chodesh Tov, everyone. I am Kohenet Ketzirah, and I'm very pleased to be back with you all again tonight for Rosh Chodesh Elul. It's hard to believe that another year is almost over, but that's what Elul means. It's almost that time again for the High Holy Days. It's our march to the end of the year, our month of self-preparation for the High Holy Days, and really a chance to think through everything that has happened to us in the past year to prepare ourselves for the High Holy Days. So I've posted the link to tonight's Siddur in the chat room. That was Neshama Karlbach opening us up with her beautiful rendition of Return. That song has become a bit of my High Holy Days anthem in the last few years, because it's the call to come home that I feel so strongly during this time of year and in the month leading up to the High Holy Days and during the High Holy Days. And home meaning within holiness, not necessarily a physical place, but to come back to tribe, come back to people, to come back to myself, and to really embrace this time of year and everything that it can give to us. So if you're wondering how to log in to our chat room and share your name, just look for the little button. It says menu and has little 3 stacked lines. And if you click on that, you will see an option for logging in. You can log in using Facebook if you're comfortable with that, or just as a guest, which is fine too. And if you're already showing up as a guest and wondering why would I bother, well, logging in as a guest allows you to share your name with us, or at least a name you wish to be known as with us tonight. So I see in the chat room we have a couple of the OneShul leaders being asked about. Hannah, who usually does Torah talk on Mondays. I was seeing posted, I think from Ariella, that Hannah's mother wasn't well, and no, Hannah was not feeling well. There we go. So we send Hannah a lot of love. That's why she missed her class, her wonderful Torah talk that she does on Monday nights. But we send her much love and refuah shlema and healing. And as you all introduce yourselves in the chat room and say hello and where in the world you physically are, thank you, Tal. I do want to give you an update on our good friend Addie, our OneShul Shamash, who has been such an incredible part of our community for quite a while. I actually saw him a couple of weeks back. It's the first time we've met live and in person without cameras in the middle of us or email or Facebook. He actually lives very close to where my father lives now. And as many of you know, I was down in Alabama visiting my dad while he was having some surgery, and managed to get out for a few hours and see Addie and Tracy. So they're doing really well. They look super happy. They look healthy. They're settling into their new life together. And Addie's doing great. He's got a great job he's really happy with. I got to learn about a whole other part of his life that I had no idea about, which was really, really fun. And he's really doing great. They both look great. They look happy. They look healthy. And it was really amazing to be in physical space with them. I think it's something, if any of you ever get the chance to meet your OneShul community live and in person, do it. It's much less weird than you think. These are people that you actually do know. And so it's about 2 minutes of going, wow, you're real. Or if it's not somebody whose face you see a lot, oh, is that what you look like? But other than that, these are people who are in our lives and they are our community. So it's really amazing to get to spend time in physical space with people. And I'm probably going to be back in Alabama in probably February or March. And so we're making plans to see each other again when I'm there. So if any of you make it to Washington, D.C. in the United States, please look me up. So let's get started with our service tonight. Chodesh Tov to everybody joining us. I'm going to post the Siddur link again. Since we have people jumping in, I can't tell if it's people who were guest 402 now have a name, or somebody new popping in. So welcome and Chodesh Tov to everyone. Chodesh Tov, Adam, who I'm just seeing, and Ginny, and guest 97. So let's get started with our service tonight. Where is my Siddur? Oh, all right, let me grab my copy of it. Not that I don't know it at this point, but there we go, there it is. So we begin, as we begin each month, there's 4 main reasons we do this. We come together as a community each month to welcome in the new month, to give thanks for the month that is coming to an end, and to ask for strength in the month to come. And finally, to open ourselves up for receiving of blessings of divine holiness. So let us move into our creating of sacred space, the singing of ourselves into this space to create a physical sound connection, sonic connection around us all. So I'm going to begin our Baruch Hu, and what I'll ask is if you will share the name you wish to be sung into the space as in the chat room, so I can sing as many of you as possible into our space, so we can again be connected across the wires into our temporal cyber shul. So please share your name of how you would like to be sung into the space tonight in the chat room, and I'll begin our Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. When I call on the light of my soul, I come home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Tal, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Jinni, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Rebecca, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Adam, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Avraham, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Sophia, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Ariella, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. Baruch Hu, dear one, Shekhinah, holy name. You have called on the light of your soul. Welcome home. One last time with the right words. Baruch Hu, dear one. Shekhinah, holy name. We have called on the light of our souls. We've come home. We welcome in the many names that we've spoken aloud. We welcome in the many names that are in our hearts. We welcome in those who we know would like to be here with us tonight and could not for any reason. And we welcome in those of us who have made it here tonight for every reason. And let us say, Amen. So we move into expressions of gratitude. Moda ani, moda ani. So many things to be grateful for. We have power. We have internet. Where most of us live, there are no bombings, although there are in some. I think very much these days of Dayenu, enough, and the many things in my life that it would have been enough if that one thing had happened, and if nothing else had happened. And this practice of gratitude, a book I'm reading right now, the author had an interesting perspective. She used to think of the idea of, well, it's just an attitude of gratitude, and you either got it or you don't. And she's a researcher, and she did a lot of research, and she realized, yeah, it's kind of crock. Gratitude is a practice, and it takes a lot of work to have a sense of gratefulness in your life, because our culture really doesn't reinforce that. Our culture reinforces that we should want, and we should want, and we should want, and it's never enough, and we're never enough, and we never do enough, and we're never good enough, and that we should be too cool to care, and all of these many things. And so we could go to Dayenu. We could also go to the amazing teachings from our own tradition that start us every single day by saying, I am grateful. And if nothing else, I'm grateful in the face of the one. However you understand the one. Maybe it's looking in a mirror every morning and saying, I'm grateful in the face of the one because I am enough. And I am here, and I am the voice and the eyes and the body of holiness in this world, and the Holy One in this world, however perfectly imperfect human I am. And some of you know I had a bit of a rough run this month. In the grand scheme, life was not challenging, but on the personal level, it was challenging. But even with that, I can look at Moda Ani, and wow, there are so many things I can be grateful for this month. So let us sing Moda Ani, and let us share in the chat room all the many things that we are grateful for in this month that is coming to an end. So just the reminder, for the ladies, or those who identify as a woman, or who would like to try this on tonight, you say or sing Moda Ani, that is conjugated in the feminine. For the gentlemen, or those who identify as men, or who would like to try it out, you sing or say Modeh Ani. And then we're going to alternate, or I'm going to alternate, and you're going to choose the God language that's comfortable for you. So masculine God language is Lifanecha and Vikayam. Feminine God language is Lifanaich and Vikayemet. There are no neutrals in Hebrew. And then we're going to switch to English, and it's neutral, so it's much easier. We get masculine, feminine, both and neither, all in one big bowl of gratefulness. So please, as we sing, share in the chat room as you're able what it is you are grateful for in this month that is coming to an end. Moda ani lefanaich, moda אני לפנייך, רוח חי, וחי אמת וקיימת. מודה אני לפניך, מודה אני לפניך, רוח חי וקיים. Oh, I am grateful. Oh, I am grateful in the face of the one, in the face of the one. Mada ani lefanayich, Mada ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayemet. Mada ani lefanecha, Mada ani lefanecha, Ruach Chai v'kayam. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for new jobs, new homes, and new brick and mortar community. Mada ani lefanayich, Mada ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayemet. I'm going to go back to English. You stay wherever you want to stay. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for health and computers and successfully passing 2 audits at work. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for food, family, and our health. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for barbershop quartets who give us energy. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for friends, family, and good health. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for friends near and far who understand what my bunnies mean to me. Oh, we are grateful. Oh, we are grateful for friends, family, and good health. Back to the Hebrew to close this up. Mada ani lefanayich, Mada ani lefanayich, Ruach Chai v'kayemet. Mada ani lefanecha, Mada ani lefanecha, Ruach Chai v'kayam. are grateful for so many things. Each morning we can wake up, we can say this prayer, and we can be reminded that if nothing else, we are grateful that we have woken up in the morning, and the daily miracles of morning, noon, and night, and that the sun is shining and the moon is set. And each day happens as a tiny miracle on its own. And let us say, Amen. So now we move into prayers for strength. We begin with cultivating a presence of gratitude, but we need help sometimes, and it's okay to ask. It's okay to ask your community to send you strength and send you prayers and send you love. It is more than okay to put out into the field of the Holy One what it is you need help with. You might think, oh, the Holy One is omnipotent and omnipresent and all-being. How do I have to say something? Well, if nothing else, there are so many people on this planet in need. If you don't at least put the vibrations of your voice out there, how is it necessarily going to come back to you? It might, but for me, the Holy One is a great field of interconnectedness. And when we put our voices out there, the vibrations ripple on other connection points along the way. And the Holy One works through, well, mysterious ways sometimes. So by putting it out there, you never know what node you're going to ripple. And it might come back to you in ways you never, ever imagined. So let us be strong and say what it is that we need strength for in the month to come, what challenges we know we may be facing, and ask for help from each other, from the Holy One, and from the whole host of holiness that is out there. Each blade of grass has an angel watching over it, so imagine in your body how many angels must be watching over you, down to the tiny microflora in your belly, to the wholeness that is you. And I'm going to turn this part over to our friend Holy Tea, and I'm going to let her sing us through this chant while I look to see what it is you need strength for in the month to come, and share what it is I need strength for in the month to come.
My Madonna, ni kamofa, and I no ratihilo to se fela, no ratihilo to se fela. The spirit is blowing. Flowing and growing, Spirit is flowing through you and me. Hashem, guide me, be faithfully beside me. Hashem, guide me and bless how I be. The Spirit is flowing. Flowing and growing, Spirit is flowing through you and me. Shekhinah reside in Madonna, Mika Mocha, Nada Bakuda, Spirit is flowing, no Ratihiro, Tosefela, no Ratihiro, Tosefela, guide me, be faithfully beside me, Hashem guide me, and that's how I be. The Spirit is flowing, flowing and growing, the Spirit is flowing, growing and growing, the Spirit is flowing. Hashem guide me, oh wisdom reside me, oh wisdom Hashem guide me, and wisdom reside in me, oh holy and holy. Micha Mocha, Baili Madonna, Micha Mocha, Baili Madonna, Micha Mocha, Nada Bakuda, Toratihilo, Tosefela, Toratihilo, Tosefela.
Ratihilo, Tosefela. Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 dai. We should never undersell how much strength it takes sometimes just to be, or feel like what we need strength for is somehow unworthy because what somebody else needs strength for seems more important. Wherever we are in our journey is where we are, and we shouldn't be competing with one another on that front. We should be open to supporting each other in whatever it is, and there may be stories that move us deeply, there may be challenges that move us deeply, but all of the reasons we need strength and the vulnerability and the willingness to say, this is what I need strength for, is worth supporting in all of us. So let us say, Amen. Ooh, and I just want to look over for a second on a few things I just saw pop up that are really quite lovely. And I love this, Rebecca. Keeping the openness is like a singer finding more resonating space inside herself to bring clarity to her voice. Whoosh! Thank you, Rebecca. That is a really amazing image, and I am going to try to hold that for myself this month. Oh, so we are coming to that time. I was about to pull cards up, but not just yet. So let's talk a little bit about this month we're going into. And it's interesting. Elul, I usually kind of dread. I look at it and I kind of armor up and I'm like, oh God, it's Elul, and oh, it's the month of giving yourself like a soul scrub to get it out before you go into the high holy days. And this month it always seems at work like it's so busy. And all I want to do is stop. I want to stop. I want to be still. I want to do my best holiness routine. I want to think. I want to meditate. I want to dance. Whatever it is to be in that state. So I feel like I'm walking into the high holy days prepared. Never works. Never, never, never. It's always the busiest month. There's always some crazy demand going on. Whatever I've planned, gone. Don't even worry about that plan. And so the message I always take from that is that I need to look inside for that stillness, and that one of my personal life challenges is that tightrope walk of balance sometimes. So I want to bring up an image for you all. So we have been looking at our year through the imagery of the transparent tarot. And each month I've been showing the month before, the month, and then the month to follow. And that's what we're looking at here. On our left, we have strength in Av. And we have the center, which is the hermit, which I love, especially this image, which is this mountaintop journey. And then on the right, oh, there she is. There's Tishrei. And all of a sudden, we are in the month, and the scales on the point of a blade, the point of justice going on there, where the scales of the year are weighed. Ooh, no pressure or anything. And this, I love this one because that journey, the month of Av, is about finding our strength and understanding our strength. And now it's a month of personal journey, and we have to do it on some level alone. We can walk in community, but the work is all internal. And that work is to get us to see that light at the mountaintop. It's very Shavuot image, but it's very much for me a Elul of this month of striving towards this place and this point, which then we hit in Tishrei. And my annual challenges of trying to balance my desire to have lots of spaciousness in this month and my always demanding work schedule just happened. It was looking like Thursday and Friday, directly following Rosh Hashanah, I was going to get to be with a whole bunch of the Kohanot, my sisters, and we were going to spend Rosh Hashanah, some of the days of awe together. And then today was the question of, oh, so Thursday, Friday, can you be in Boston? And I sat there and said, maybe. And I didn't just say no, which I was dying to say. I really should have just said no. But I didn't know it was no. So I said, well, maybe. Don't forget, Rosh Hashanah is that week. And really, it's just, these 2 days. But I may have a commitment related to that Thursday, Friday. So let's see what happens. I'll let you know. You let me know. But really trying to give space to that. And yeah, Aaron, Yom Shabbat of Shabbats on Yom Kippur. And it's on Shabbat this year. So yay for scheduling with the secular calendar. Oh, Ginny, I'll try to connect with you next time I'm up there. My mom is right near Boston too, so I'm always pulled in directions when I get up there. And usually it's a day trip for work and I have no time, but I'll try to let people know. I do get up there occasionally. So, but yeah, that's the month we have coming, and Elul is the month of turning in and really beginning that work of teshuvah, of returning and turning in, to look at ourselves from inside and outside in and see what we see. Maybe is always a good word for me too, Aaron, on that. So let's get a little bit of inspiration for this month to come. Let's see what that actually looks like for us. So if anyone would like a card, a mitzvah card drawn for them to help set an intention for this month of Elul, to see what lessons maybe specifically you should be working on, what mitzvah or mitzvot, although it's one card, so it's mitzvah. Maybe you should be working on this month, what your personal journey looks like. Let me know. Raise your hand in the chat room and I'll let you know. We'll shuffle a card and we'll pull for you. So let me know, and then when I see, there's always a little delay, so I have to stall for a minute. There we go. All right. Aaron, you are up first, my friend. I'm shuffling for you. So I'm shuffling. Let me know. All right, Aaron. Tell me when to stop. This is again where the delay is really, really fun. All right, I see guest 750 as well, and so now I'm shuffling for Aaron and waiting for him to say stop. Oh dear. This is a long delay tonight. Aaron, oh good, it's not just me wondering where Aaron is. I'm just gonna stop in a second. Oops, I'm dropping one. This is yours because I dropped it. Okay, I dropped it, so it's yours. All right. Ah, wow, those are really long words. Okay. Kavod hamet and nichum avelim. So you have two. You do have mitzvot. You have a double. Be a holy friend. Help an ascending soul and its family. Oh, wow. Yeah, thought that's what that was. Help an ascending soul and its family through watching over the body with your presence and prayers, shmirah, and accompanying the body to the grave. Consider being a Chevra Kadisha volunteer, doing traditional preparation of the body. Visit the house of mourning for prayers and listening to give the essential message, you are loved and not alone. Genesis 25:11 and Deuteronomy 34:6. All right, so Aaron, that was yours. Wow. So I don't know if the idea of Chevra Kadisha resonates at all with you, but the part that stood out the most for me in this was the very last line, to give the essential message that you are loved and not alone. So however you interpret that this month, that seems to be part of what is coming up for you this month, to make sure that those who need to hear it most hear that they are loved and not alone. Oh, wow. That is a big one. No pressure. All right, Rebecca. You are up next. Shuffling for Ms. Rebecca. All right, Rebecca, this is for you. Let me know when to stop. And as I am shuffling for Rebecca, I'm stopping. Okay. Got it. Rebecca, yours is Tzedek Tirdof. Pursue justice. Work relentlessly for all and for each to live in dignity and with equal opportunity for safety, food, education, healthcare, religion, culture, and more. Deuteronomy 16:20. Pursuing justice. So it's a very noble cause. It's certainly a very Jewish thing. Justice, 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 you shall pursue. Working relentlessly. And there's a lot of ways to do that. I have a lot of friends who are activists, and they're out on the very big, powerful front lines, and they're working to pursue justice for thousands and whole large groups of people. Personally, I've never been able to do that. It's not my calling. It's not my way. My personal way of working relentlessly is to do it one-to-one, to do it on smaller scales, to talk to that homeless person on the street when I see them, to not look past, to just try to live every day that way. So I think there's so many ways you can do this, and I love it, Rebecca. You're in education, so definitely something in your life that you're doing already, which is great. So that is your Tzedek Tirdof. Work relentlessly for all and for each to live in dignity and with equal opportunity for safety, food, education, healthcare, religion, culture, and more. Deuteronomy 16:20. All right, I'm going to start shuffling in a second. I'll look up to see who is last. And Aaron, something that popped into my head a moment ago for you also was, I see the picture of you with your beautiful son there. And so if nothing else, you have children to make sure that you can spend the month reminding them that they are loved and not alone. All right, so it looks like Ginny was next. Ginny, I am shuffling for you. Oh, stopping, okay. Try that again. Shmirat Shabbat. Secure and savor sacred time. Re-soul on the 7th day of each week away from work, money, media, and materialism. Engage in Sabbath practices that nurture connections to Torah, family, and community. Meals, prayers, learning, dance, song, intimacy, and Jewish storytelling to honor Shabbat. Exodus 31:16, Deuteronomy 5:12. So, there you go. Ginny, I think you are someone who engages in Shabbat, but maybe it's a question to, a calling to add a new layer, to just revel in it a little bit extra more this month, and just to really take in the Sabbath as fully and deeply as you can in the ways that for you truly honor Shabbat and give you that wholeness, that completion, that rest each week. All right, let's see. Who is next? Next is Adam. All right. Adam, you're up. I am shuffling for you. I'm shuffling for Adam. I'm also, Ginny, seeing candles suddenly for you. So if you don't do candles, consider candles on Shabbat. That was popping into my head. Or buy yourself some pretty candles, or make yourself some pretty candles. And I'm shuffling. There we go. All right. Oh. Ooh, they stuck together. All right, we're going to go with the one that I can see. I'm going to put the other one down. All right. Yours, Adam, is Rosh Chodesh and Kiddush Levana. Bless the moonthly. Oh, that's just silly. I've never seen this one before. The moonthly, the monthly moons. Gather, bless, and share about life in rhythm with the new and the full moon. So there you go. You've already taken care of one because it's Rosh Chodesh, so pass there. But maybe this is also a calling to go out at the full moon and to explore the practice of Kiddush Levana, the blessing of the waxing moon from Jewish tradition, and see what that's all about. It's okay, I got it. So that is from Numbers 10 and Psalm 81:4. So another great thing with this is to just observe the moon. It's really changed, especially since I started leading Rosh Chodesh services a few years ago, at first at my home and then here at OneShul. And I started becoming more aware of the moon, and I would see it, and I would know what point in a month it was, because I knew where the moon was. And it was sort of how long to Rosh Chodesh, because I knew I had to, a few years ago, vacuum my house up, now get home in time, put up my container, and be with you all. But it's a really interesting experience to know what day of the month it is, or at least what week it is, by watching the moon. And it's a really, can be very changing. So good. Adam, lovely. And yes, Kiddush Levana is traditionally for men. Rosh Chodesh is traditionally for women. Kiddush Levana was traditionally a men's practice. Obviously, in my world, we don't always worry about that so much. But it is actually a sacred men's practice in Judaism, as Rosh Chodesh was traditionally the women's practice. And I love that we come together in a multi-gender community for Rosh Chodesh. All right, let me see. Who is next? Wait, hold on. Where are we? Tal, you are next. Tal, you're up. I am shuffling for you. And we can have a lovely discussion about the traditional men's and women's practices, especially around the moon. So I'm shuffling for Tal, and I'm stopping. All right. Oh, we have one bubbling back up. So once again, our friend Tzedek Tirdof, pursue justice, is back. Work relentlessly for all and each to live in dignity with equal opportunity for safety, food, education, healthcare, religion, culture, and more. Well, Tal, if my memory serves, you have had some health challenges. So this could be for you specifically to make sure you're advocating for your own health needs, or maybe taking those practices and thinking about how you can help others who are struggling as you have been in the past. And if my memory is not serving me correctly, then apply this how you will. But working relentlessly for all and for each to live in dignity with equal opportunity for safety, food, education, healthcare, religion, culture, and more. That one was for Tal. All right, I'm sorry, scrolling up so I can see who was next. I think next was someone who's, I couldn't see their name. Whoa, too far. Sorry, Alexanne, you're next, and then it is somebody who's listed as guest 750. So before I start shuffling for Alexanne, there are actually, Adam, definitely some written practices about Kiddush Levana, like so many documented Jewish practices. It was men's, had to have a minyan, which in Orthodox community is only men, and very often no women because our voices apparently are distracting. So there's definitely some pieces out there. There are specific documented prayers, and you can definitely find some great stuff about it. I have done it in communities before that were either all women going out to also do Kiddush Levana or in mixed gender communities. So it can be really nice just going out and looking at the full moon and saying a blessing to the moon. All right, so Alexanne, shuffling for you. And I would share thoughts and shuffle at the same time, but I try to focus on whoever it is when I am shuffling. Even if all I can see of you is a tiny, tiny, looks like you on a surfboard, I think. Took me a minute to get that image. All right, stopping. Okay, so I'm amused because I'm pretty sure, Alexandra, that's a picture of you on a surfboard in the ocean. And yours is mikveh. Immerse and clear. Transition spiritually into marriage, covenant, holy days, healing, and monthly renewal through the mitzvah of tahara, reflective immersion in the living waters of a river, ocean, lake, or dedicated mikveh facility. Leviticus 15:13. So I wonder how the ocean resonates for you if you are a surfer. I think so. It's really funny. It's hard to see what everybody's little tiny heads are on these. with mikvah, there are so many ways. The traditional way is immersing in a body of living water, so something that doesn't come through your pipes, but directly from the rain, or it's an ocean or a lake or a pond. I've participated in sonic mikvahs where we didn't have access to living waters, and so what we did was we used vocal vibrations, song, chanting, intoning for people to have the mikvah-like experience, a spiritual cleansing experience. And actually my own practice now on Fridays, yes, Aaron, Mayim Chayim, living waters. And my own practice now on Fridays, there is actually a mikveh here in Washington, D.C., but it's not one I have easy access to. So my own practice on Fridays now actually is first thing in the morning. I have this special scrub that I use, which physically scrubs my skin, but for me it's only used for this practice and is a way of beginning my Shabbat preparation every week, first thing Friday morning. It makes me more conscious of the water. This scrub in particular is when you do on dry skin and then you rinse off. So it makes me really aware of water and cleansing of my physical and spiritual self when I'm doing it. So there you go, you're a windsurf instructor. So take special care in the oceans this month, and maybe think about ways to engage with water as spiritual cleansing practice this month. All right, let me see. I think the person who is here is guest 750. I think you are next. And yes, Aaron, I'm with you. I love the rhyme there in the Hebrew. It's really lovely. All right, so guest 750. Proximity to the High Holy Days, practiced reader, whatever it is, I love it. It's, for me, working with cards is a way of tapping into that field of holiness and getting advice from the Holy One in a sort of direct way. And the mitzvah cards are always a great one. Oh, hey, Eric. All right, Eric, great. So, Eric, we're shuffling for you right now. Oops, dropping one, but I'll put that back in. Yeah, I like the mitzvah cards because, especially for Rosh Chodesh, tarot cards, which a lot of people know I read. Oh, I'm stopping. People, they don't always work for people, and especially with imagery challenges in Judaism. So the mitzvah cards are kind of like flipping open a page of a chumash to do a little bibliomancy and see what's going on that way. So Eric, ooh, I am tagging mine from last month off to you. So you have Persum Hanes, spread the light. Kindle the menorah's increasing flames for each of Hanukkah's 8 nights, contemplating and sharing the meaning of the miracle of light. Talmud Bavli 23b. So I got this one last month, and I said, okay, it's not exactly Hanukkah time. We're off by a few months. And I thought a lot about it, and it was that idea of increasing the light, and what does that mean? For me, it was an incredibly present moment. I was in beginning a month of doing shadow work, and the whole idea of shining light on my shadow to turn it into, to be able to take it into myself and have it no longer be a shadow because it's in the light now. So for you, think about what does that mean to spread light over this month? What are ways? Is it the light from within? Is it electricity somehow? Is it lighting of candles? Is it connecting with other people? So whatever it is for you this month, really think about what does it mean to contemplate the miracle of light and to spread that light in the world. All right, let me see. Who's next? This is where it gets hard to figure out. I have to scroll up. Scrolling. There we go. Okay, so that was the last person that I can see who raised their hand. If anybody else who hasn't had a chance yet, I see a few other people in the chat room right now. So if there's anyone else who would like a card, I'm going to shuffle for myself for a second, but because that's only fair to pull one for myself too. But if any of the other folks who are in the chat room, in the community, would like to have a card, just pop into the chat room and say so, and then after I pull mine, we'll pull them for you. I have to say stop for myself. One more. Okay. Oh, okay. I can do that. Mine is, ooh, I'm going to pronounce this one wrong. I'm not familiar with this word. Tamhui. Ooh, that was terrible. I need to see, I need someone to do that one for me so I get the emphasis on the right syllable. Tamhui. I'm going to stop trying to say it in Hebrew because I'm not sure on this one. It's feed the hungry. So it's the command of feed. I really don't know what that one is. Organize and assist in providing shelter and nourishing meals to those in need. Isaiah 58:7. All right, I can do that. That's an easy one. But I'm taking that really, really literally right now, and thinking of donations to food pantries, kitchens, things like that. But I'm also getting a really strong pull around the idea of nourishing those in need in a more spiritual sense as well. So I'm gonna, there's mine. With my hand in it, I don't like that at all. It's very strange with my face right there. So there's my card, so you can see it. Yeah, so I think there's a piece that might be literal here, which is to make a donation or feed that, but also to be really present this month to those who need nourishing in many other ways. Oh, and thank you, Ginny. That's really sweet, and I appreciate it. But yeah, to really think about ways of nourishing those in need on a couple of different levels this month. So we'll see what we can do on that front. Okay, and I see that someone else who's here is a guest. I'm going to call you guest 82 because I don't know what else to call you. I'm going to shuffle for you. Tom, right, so I know it's Tom Hu-E. I'm just not sure like where the emphasis is, Tal. It's a little confusing sometimes, unless you hear somebody say the word. Tam Hui, but that doesn't sound right at all. Tam Hui. Tam Hui. Kind of like Shamati. Tam Hui. All right, so guest 82, if you'd like to share your name in some way, please feel free, but if not, I'm going to shuffle for you. And let me know when to stop. Denise, lovely, thank you. Oh, Tamhuya, yep. Stopping. I would say I didn't shuffle very well. We're just going to go with the shuffling there. Actually, you know what? I'm not ignoring it because, nope, we're going to go with the one I pulled. It is the exact same one as mine, which is why I was confused for a second there. So, feed the hungry, same one, with our discussion of exactly how to pronounce that word. And I do have a Hebrew-English dictionary, but it still doesn't help me because I have to hear somebody say it sometimes. Aaron, you know, I did Ashkenazi Hebrew growing up, and then I did modern Hebrew, and I'm a hot mess when it comes to my pronunciation sometimes these days. So, but we're back to Denise for a moment. Denise, you are also called to feed the hungry this month. organize and assist in providing shelter and nourishing meals for those in need. So, you and I both in some way are focusing on nourishing those in need of body, of mind, of spirit, of whatever you can do to help those in need of nourishing this month. So Denise, that one is for you. And I see a couple of other people. Let me do, since we have a little gap. Yeah, the Hebrew English Dictionary doesn't entirely help me. It can show me where to put the emphasis, and I still sometimes get confused. The audible part for me is a lot better when it comes to language, especially in a word that's just throwing me. All right, I'm going to pause for one moment to see if anybody else wants a card. And if not, we are going to wrap those up. Oh, I shuffled mine in. Shoot. Oh, well, I'll find it afterwards. Oh, it's hiding in here somewhere now. So I usually take the card and I put it onto my... oh, well, I'll find it. It goes onto my working altar for the month. It's up there with a whole lot of other stuff, so I can see it and focus on it and be reminded of it over the month. And again, thank you very much, Denise, as well, with the nourishing. What? No! Denise, you do catering? That's amazing! What? No, that's amazing. So if you've never thought of what you do as a sacred gift and an offering, that's incredible. I think that's fantastic. What a fascinating way to pull it together. You actually cook for people. So extra love maybe into your cooking and realizing that you're actually nourishing them, which I can imagine, especially in catering, for you is not necessarily something you're thinking about because it's some party or something else and you have to get it done and it doesn't feel so sacred. But that's fantastic. Very fun. That is a really fascinating thing. Yeah, I don't do that for a living. I make marshmallows sometimes. I cook occasionally. All right. We move on to the end. And we're gonna do a little bit of return again together, and then I'm gonna turn it back over to Neshama Karlbach to sing us out. Thank you for being here tonight. It really is an amazing honor to be here with you each month. I appreciate your presence more than you can possibly imagine. It really is amazing, the give, the take, the energy I feel from you all. Yeah, really amazing. We have a lot coming up here at OneShul. Let's see, let me see what's coming up next. Oh my goodness, Thursday night, Patrick is back. He is back in the mix here at OneShul, and he is doing a session on brewing spirituality, coffee, and your morning's prayers. So I am probably going to miss it. I'm really bummed actually because that sounds really fun. Very exciting. Ariella is back for next Friday, for this coming Friday night. Very exciting. I will be back Hannah, God willing, will be back with us on Monday. I'll be back next Friday. And then we are starting to get into high holiday services pretty soon. So I will be with you for Erev Rosh Hashanah, or Rosh Hashanah, depending on which syllable you prefer the emphasis. That joke doesn't get old. And then we'll have Torah Talk and a few other things, and I'm sure as we get closer and closer to the High Holy Days, our High Holy Days schedule here at OneShul will fill in a bit more. So let us sing our way a bit through OneShul, through return. And thank you so much, our friend logging in from the UK. Quite lovely. We're wrapping up, but we are going to move into return, and then we're going to close out. And before we do that, as we're returning, if you can, think about what OneShul means to you and what you can do to help support OneShul, whether it is lead a service, teach a class, make it here for services, participate, write something for punktorah, take a class at Darshan Yeshiva. How awesome is that? Or if you're able, donate a little bit of money, $5, to help keep the stream streaming. So let's sing a little return, and then I'm going to turn it over to Neshama Karlbach and her amazingly beautiful version of this. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Chodesh Tov, everyone. Have a great month, a great week, and I'll see you all again soon.
What is the blessing? The water flows through our veins. Surrender, allow the change. What is the blessing we ask?
Turn to the land of your soul. Return again, return